I'm a little sister. When I was a young, impressionable child, I learned how to act and behave from those around me. Obviously, my parents were probably the biggest factors, but there was one other person in my household that was arguably my biggest influence. My big sister. Little kids always want to follow around their older siblings and act like they do and be as cool as we think our older siblings are. It's so important for a big sister to be a good example within families like mine, but also in the grander scheme. Like politics. We've had a lot of upsetting reports recently about the behavior of our state officials, so we need their big sister, federal officials, to demonstrate how to run the government. Oobly. Are you kidding me? Yeah. The problem with that is that not every big sister is a good influence. Sometimes federal officials make questionable life decisions. Take, for example, the recent social meeting between Attorney General Loretta Lynch and former President Bill Clinton at the Phoenix airport. You'd think it wouldn't be such a big deal for high-ranking government officials to have a short "how do you do" when they happen to cross paths, but when one of those officials is currently investigating the wife of another, it seems like an odd choice to stop and hang. Lynch said that her meeting with Clinton was unplanned and that the conversation stuck to personal matters like Mr. Clinton's new grandchild and each of their various travels. But right now the FBI is investigating Mrs. Clinton, so you'd think that there would be a conflict of interest between the one who could potentially prosecute her and the one who is married to her. You're both lawyers. Well, Bill used to be. You know that the best way to interact with each other is to keep from making eye contact so that the other person thinks you didn't even notice them at all. This definitely isn't some sort of political scandal, but it goes toward the judgment of both people involved, who happen to be highly recognizable, powerful people in our government. Bill might even be the First Lady one day. If our federal officials make silly little mistakes like this and don't hold themselves to the highest standards of professionalism, how are the officials of Little Rhodey going to learn? If we can't fix things internally, then having that outside influence of a big sister might be the only way we're going to shape up the state. And that's what we want, right, people? To shape up the state? Are you kidding me?